Hey guys, welcome back. Just making the most out of a rainy day in the shop. Got about 1.5 inches of rain overnight and it's still just drizzling today, so can't spray head scab with the drones today on wheat, but I do have some little stuff to work on, like what is behind the camera. You're probably like, oh no, it's already broke. I think this was leaking before. There was always hydraulic oil residue on this area when I bought it. And I took the turtle off and then took the drive gear assembly off. And I cannot remember. I had that one apart. I think it was that one or that one. Had a bearing going out in it. And I took it apart. I can't remember how they sealed this up. But this one is not sealing. And that hydraulic oil is weeping out. I'm going to look it up on the parts portal and see if there's a gasket that's supposed to be on there. Or I almost feel like it was an O-ring or something around this edge. I don't feel an O-ring. But it almost looks like there's an O-ring groove there. So I'll look it up, see what I need. May end up running to Deere and picking something up so we can get this put back together and ready for phase 2 of first cutting, which I don't know. There's not really a weather window for cutting hay at the moment, but if it's like planting season, we're going to get 3 days from that weather window, and all of a sudden we're going to have 4 days wide open, and we're going to just hammer down and get it done. So if this thing's ready to go, that'll be a huge time saver when that does come around. I'm on my way back from Deere getting that O-ring and just decided to stop out here. This is the first fields planted of beans. We're going to see what they look like. The headland there is a little sparse. That's interesting. See what they look like, what growth stage they're at. You can see the herbicide worked, everything's dead. And see how far out we are from foliar. So these ones on the headland are 1, 2, right at V3 right now. So ideally we want to foliar these as soon as we can. Once I get corn done being sprayed, we'll get out here and get these ones done. Being wet is kind of turning them a little yellow. But out here in the field, we're some of these are still V1, just coming into V2, so we have a little bit of time yet. The bigger ones are V3, the smaller ones are V2 and V1. So, but they look good. Nice distinct rows. These fields are a little variable when it comes to soil, and the deer like these fields, so that's good. We've had to come in the past. Last time these were beans, we had to replant these headlands because all the headlands were gone along this point, which if I owned this farm, I'd tear that point out and make it one field that's, what, 28 acres, I think? But we don't, so we got to deal with it. I got a little bit of, oh, that's just dirt washed up on the leaves from the rain. These are all 2292s. So anyway, just stopping by, seeing what they look like. I just threw that disc bind together real quick. Another thing on today's project list is cleaning the EGR valve on that diesel that we drive. I threw a check engine light before we did hay. We went and got it cleared. It's running good now, but we haven't actually cleaned it up. So I'll pull that in. But Dad has to make a hay delivery first at some point today, so we're going to wait until he gets that done. We're getting everything together to work on this hay barn today. We've got round bales temporarily stacked up against the square bales, and some of them pushed them a little too much. So we'll fix that stack up once we get these round bales repositioned. But before we get the round bales repositioned, you can see that lean there. We have to get this back wall addressed. We're going to work on from this post to that post, I think, is the main post. And this post is still good, which is surprising. That post is not. We're going to fix that post eventually. I don't think that's today's docket, but the goal is to get the back wall sheeted to this post so that then we can jockey this hay around and move the rest of this new crop hay that's stacked over with the old crop hay up against these. And then we'll probably do like I did last year and stack up the old crop hay all like in the first 2 rows along this front wall so that the old crop hay is the first to leave. Well, we're gonna make this alfalfa go out a little ways, because this, if it gets sold, it'll probably be sold separately than the rest of the hay, just because this is a heavy alfalfa. And then we'll stack the new crop hay up where it's accessible, probably in the next bay down, something like that. So yeah, that's what's going on. Dad just ran somewhere. I'm guessing he ran to the lumber yard, because that's what we were just talking about, but he didn't tell me he was actually going there. And we're getting stuff together. We've got this tongue and groove I think we're going to use as our bottom purling. And then we need 1 more, I think. Maybe 2 more. Do 1 like that height, and then 1 like that height. And then we screw steel to the header. And that should be good, I think. And there's a purling up there at the top of the post. I think we'll be all right there. And then once we go down farther, we need to continue adding header, because this barn is a headerless barn the way it was built, but they started adding stuff on and added a header in certain places. So this spot has one, and then we need to add one down there. We have this post is broke, or partially broke. This post is rotted off and slid off the foundation. That post is on its way off the foundation, and those two are probably similar. We have a broken truss there that's currently being supported by that post there that we put in. And then yeah, because these posts have slid down, the roof is sagged here. So once we fix these two, fix that truss, get it jacked back up, fix that steel to keep the new board from rotting off, and then we sheet the back wall. That's basically what we're doing. We've got a stack of used steel under there somewhere that we're going to use to do this. So it's not going to match. Eventually we'll probably paint this barn, but for now it's going to be gray and white. We've got the cross members or purlings, whatever you call them, up. And we got the first sheet of steel laid up there. We're not even going to have to cut these ones. The first one was too short, but the rest of them I think are this length. So we won't even have to cut them. That right there is exactly where it's going to start. So we're overlapping quite a bit there just because the steel is pretty bad down here and there's nowhere to screw to. Overlap it, cinch it down, call it good. And we'll just continue that all the way down. Dad helped me get the first sheet started up there before he left, and then I just finished buttoning that one up. So now we move on to the next one. This one overlaps this gray steel by 3 ribs, just because it was all messed up on the bottom. But from now here on out, we're going to tuck behind, because west is that way. So western winds, we don't want to have any issues. So we are going to be tucking the next piece behind the current one, and so on and so forth, the rest of the way down. So it'll probably take, what, 4 sheets to span a post, so it's going to be about 8 more sheets, I think. This one just barely gets past that post there at the bottom. So I'm going to unhook the round baler off the 4440 and hook that back on the disc vine. That way it's ready to go if we get that last minute weather window where we can mow some hay. Everything is turnkey, ready to go. I already put the disc vine back together. I think I already said that. And so we just gotta put the tractor back on it. It's been a couple days. Yesterday, sprayed with the drones all morning, and then had my sister's grad party in the afternoon. This morning, we went out and drone sprayed again. Now I'm back at home, and we're gonna get our sprayer fired up. We're gonna go out and spray some corn. We got a couple fields that are getting kind of hairy, and then I think we're just gonna, if conditions allow, just hit everything today and then finish up my custom stuff tomorrow, and then we will see where that leaves us. The corn, I went and checked it. It's not quite ready for foliar yet. We're sitting at V3. We want it V4, V5 when we hit it with foliar. And then I do have soybeans that are right there ready we could hit. So once we're done with corn, get some stuff flushed through this thing, get cleaned up, and then we can start foliaring beans and spraying some Liberty. We are mixed up. I'm trying to get the shakes out of my hands. My hands are shaking like crazy. This load is atrazine, Roundup, and Surtane. It's not a new chemical, but it's a new formulation from BASF. It is encapsulated Sharpen, Zidua, maybe First Rate? I don't think, maybe not. I think it might just be encapsulated Sharpen and Zidua. So that is in here right now. We're going on. We got 55 acres in this load. And then we'll have 2 more loads after that, I think. So yeah, just fueling up. Once I'm to like 60% fuel, we'll head out. I think I'm gonna try and do a live stream here on, I don't know, probably Instagram. So if you guys wanna see what's going on and catch a live stream, go check out Instagram, or maybe I'll just do it here on YouTube, I'm not sure. But make sure you're subscribed or following all the socials so that you can see any posts that get made or videos that come out. That one out there is done, 55 acres. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna split the next load. I only got one field that's heavy weed pressure other than that one. And so we're just gonna do that 22 acres that's next, which we switched back to Roundup Caprino, and then we'll save the rest of them for later because I don't really want to tear them up. I tracked that one up a little bit, but not a lot, but that is also not one of our wettest fields, so I am going to try and conserve on the tearing up of the fields and get them maybe the end of next week. We're topping off the rest of the way with water. We've got everything else in already. As far as atrazine, Caprino is this little jug. 3 ounces to the acre, that's all it takes of that. So we're filling up the rest of the way to 330 gallons and we'll be all set. We're almost there. Right there right now. Well, I tried the whole live stream thing. I don't know why, but it froze. So that was that. But I'm just folding up on this last field, heading home, dump what's in the tank so it doesn't solidify. Atrazine has a tendency of doing that, and I forgot to do it last time. So, yeah, we dropped the ball, but we got lucky. It didn't do anything. It was fine. It sprayed fine. Hopefully, it still kills fine. So, but anyway, now we're heading back to the farm. We will resume this later. This field wasn't as bad, but this field has a lot of high ground in it. So the rest, the rest of the corn is no-till, so I don't want to risk cutting ruts at all. And they all were burnt down right at planting, so they're pretty clean right now, and we don't have to worry about them. So hopefully then, end of next week, we can get back out. There's some rain showers Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. So we'll get the rest of the corn done the end of next week, along with our custom work, and then we can get started on bean herbicide. We got 58. Probably 60 acres of Liberty to do, plus 15 acres of custom right off the bat. And then we'll do some soybean foliar. We might start with that. Just do the soybean foliar.
full docket of spraying. It's just a matter of when we have ground conditions to do it. So anyway, I'll see you guys. We're gonna cut this one short. I'm tired. We're gonna take a long afternoon. I gotta do chores yet. I'll see you guys on Monday.